Okay, so remember that the base is talking about this bottom part, and the exponent is that little number at the top. So exponents are the little number at the top. The base is whatever we're raising the power to. So this first rule says if the base is negative and the exponent is an even number, then the final product will always be positive. So this blank is going to be positive. So what the heck am I talking about? So my negative base here is a negative 2, but it's raised to an even number. 2 is an even number. So if I'm going to break this down and write it out, this would be negative 2 times a negative 2. And do you guys remember multiplication rules? What is a negative number times a negative number? Positive, right. So this is going to be a positive 4. So if you have a negative number raised to an even power, it's always going to be a positive number. Negative number raised to an even power will always be positive. Here's another example. Negative 1 to the 4th power. If I was going to write that out, I'd have negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1. Well, if I break this down even further, negative 1 times negative 1 is what? 1. And again, negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. So 1 times 1 is 1. You give me a funny look. Just say it. Spill it out. What do the parentheses do? Yes, great question. I knew that you were going to ask that. Okay. So you guys don't have to write this down. This is kind of like a sidebar. So here we go, sidebar. So the problem I gave on the board today where it said negative 10 squared, well, I said that this was negative 100. The reason I said that was because without these parentheses, it doesn't work. Because the square, without parentheses, that square is only raising the 10 to the second power. Now if I had parentheses around the negative 10, that would tell me that the square is squaring the 10 and the negative. So the parentheses kind of says square everything, not just the 10. Yeah, so in this case it's negative, but when you have the parentheses, that would be positive. Yeah, so what the parentheses tell us is that the parentheses tell us that what the exponent is being applied to. This exponent, without the parentheses, is saying, okay, just square the 10. So again, breaking that down, I would have a negative 10 times 10. So 10 times 10 is 100, but then I have to remember that negative, that would be a negative 100. This one is saying negative 10 times negative 10, which is a positive 100. So it's all in the way you notate things. Those parentheses tell you to what the exponent's like. So for the worksheet you're looking at right now, don't worry about this part. Just worry about what I'm going over right now. Okay. Okay, so questions about that first rule? Maybe Shania, maybe I shouldn't even put that on the board today. I don't know, because I think it's probably more confusing than it needs to be. Yeah. Number 10. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Next one is if the base is negative and the exponent is an odd number, then the final product will always be negative. So let's look at the reason for that. So now we have negative 2 to the 3rd power. So if I was going to break this down, this would be negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. So what is a negative 2 times a negative 2? positive 4. Sorry, positive 4. What's positive 4 times a negative 2? Negative 8. So because I have an odd number of negative signs, my final answer is negative. So negative 2 to the third power is a negative 8. And here's another example, negative 3 to the third power. So that would be negative 3 times a negative 3 times a negative 3. So now I'll do this one quickly for you guys. Negative 3 times negative 3 is a positive 9, but I still got to bring my negative 3 down. So that's a negative 27. You guys don't have to break it down like this. I'm going to show you guys a shortcut on the calculator in a second. But I just want you guys to remember that rule. If you have a negative number raised to an odd number, the answer should be negative. If you have a negative number raised to an even exponent, the answer should be positive. This one? Like negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2? Yep. So negative 2 times negative 2 is a positive 4. But then bring down your other negative 2. Yes. Yeah. Any other questions about those two rules? Are you guys ready to see a really cool shortcut? Okay, I'm going to turn this page over. I'm going to show you guys a shortcut on the calculator. So let's say you have a problem like 100, no, let's do, no, I'll do that. Let's do 3 to the 7th power, okay? So you could do that by hand and figure it out, or you could punch in your calculator 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. But a really easy way, on your calculator, there's a caret symbol. It looks like this. You say 3 caret 7. That caret button. Now, if you're using your phone's gonna be a little bit different. But I'm gonna show you how to use one of the classroom calculators. And if you haven't used a classroom calculator yet, I encourage you to today, because we're gonna do some other stuff today. You want to be familiar with how to use it. Okay, so come on, get one, guys. Phone calculators can do this problem too, but again, everyone's phone is a little bit different, so I prefer using this way. And plus, these actually are easier than your phone's calculator. You just have to trust me. So 3 to the 7th is 3 caret 7. So on your calculator, I know you might not be able to see the display on the screen. You have this caret button right here. Caret 7. So 3 to the 7th power is 2,187. You can also use this for negative numbers, but be careful because you have to use parentheses. So what I would do is I would just ignore negative numbers when it comes to the calculator, but then look at the rules on your paper to know what to do. There's also a squared button right here below the caret. So if I had like something crazy like 128 squared, I could do 128, then press the squared button, which is right here. Sorry, I can't see that. Right there. And that would be 16,384. So those are pretty crazy. You might not have anything like that today. But on your paper, you have some stuff to the 5th power and 4th power. And if you want to just do like use that caret button, I'll do one more example, like 10 to the 5th power. So that would be 10 caret 5. So 10 caret 5, and I get 100,000. So yesterday I had you guys write the exponents out into the multiplication form, but today I'm showing you guys a shortcut, so you guys can just use that as your shortcut. So go ahead and look at your practice sheet that I gave you guys. And so there's 20 problems, answers on the back, so you guys can check your answers. When you guys finish that, hopefully we'll time a class left today to go over square roots.